Hi guys, in continuation of our previous video, I want to quickly delve into the STEM, 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 and let's not forget, we are still dealing with the sixth skill base that we added to the express entry scheme, right? So express entry used to be point-based system where those that are really qualified are sent invitation to apply. But the down part of it is this: most of them are overly qualified, but they don't meet with the requirement of the skills that are needed in the job crisis reading, especially in the southern part and the Manitoba side of Canada. But now, they have decided to kind of regig the express entry by adding the skill base. So this time, it's not just those that are qualified. If you have the required skill, you'll be sent invitation to apply. So this is your opportunity. So if I were you, what I would do, I will head on to the Express Canada profile website and create my own profile. So that is the first step. Go in there, create a profile, as I'll be reading out the 6 added skill. We've talked about the French language proficiency and the healthcare occupation. Now we want to quickly run through the STEM, which means science, technology, engineering, and math. And for you to be eligible to apply under this term, if your skill fall under this term, you should have accumulated within the past 3 years 6 months of continuous work experience, whether in Canada or abroad, in a single occupation listed below. So number 1 among this term is architect. Architect has the NOC number 21200. So I wouldn't bother us with the NOC number when applying. If we click on our skill, the NOC number alongside with it will pop up. And if it does not pop up, you can send me a message on WhatsApp and I will send you the NOC number as associated with your skill. So the first one is architects. The second one is architecture and science managers. So the first one are practicing architect, while the second one are architects, or those that lecture in architecture in, I think, in the university, in higher institution, or those that lecture in institution where architect is being taught. So the architecture and science managers, and those that do drafting, so they are considered architecture and science managers. So business system specialists, civil engineers, computer and information system managers, computer engineers, except software engineers and designers, because the software engineers and designers, they are considered as trade skill. All right. Then computer system developers and programmers, cyber security specialists, data scientists, database analysts and data administrators, electrical and electronics engineers, engineering managers, industrial and manufacturing engineers, information system specialists, land surveyors, landscape architects, mathematicians and statisticians, and actuaries, okay, metallurgical and materials engineers, natural and applied science policy researchers, consultants and program officers, software developers and programmers. Okay, if you check what they decide to do, even in this term, differentiated software developers and programmers from the computer science and software. So this one has a different NOC. So if you are applying to this one, your NOC will be 21232. While if you are applying to the other one, your NOC will be 20010. Alright? So the other one is software engineers and designers. Software engineers and designers. So the difference between software engineers and developers and software engineers and designers. Software engineers and developers, they are software developers and they use different framework like Ruby on Rails, PHP, MySQL. While software engineers and designers uses UI and UX, that user experience and user interface. That is just the difference. Then urban and land use planners, then web designers. Web designers is different from software engineers and designers. Web designers use different framework like the let me remember one or two now. Then we have the WordPress. Yes, those that use WordPress are called web designers. Then we have the Joomla. Those that use Joomla are called web designers. There are different ones. Those that use statistician, this one they call statistician. Those that use, they are called web designers. So what they do is that they design website, but they know nothing about programming. So if you are in this category, you can apply with the NOC number 21233. All right. You're just a web designer, but you know nothing about programming. So your own NOC is different entirely. Okay, while the UI and UX at times they are used for design, They are used for design analysis. UI and UX, they are used for design analysis. Okay, I am a mid-level programmer. So if I apply UI and UX, that means I want to analyze my design, how it will show, both in tablet, in mobile, and computer networks. All right. Then if you are a web designer, you know you don't need anything of such. You use this different framework to do your design. You don't need to know anything about coding. So if you're in that category, you should equally apply. While the last one is web developers and programmers. Now the difference between a programmer, web design, and web developers and programmer: web developers understand hosting, sharing. They understand everything about MySQL. A web designer might not understand MySQL, but a web developer understands MySQL and how design function in different tablets or in different framework. Yes, how design function in different framework, and at the same time, they understand web design and understand programming. Why an ordinary web designer does not understand anything about programming. All he does is just user interface and the admin understanding. Most times, a web designer has nothing to do with admin. It's just the user interface. So I'm trying to explain this thing so you know the difference. So while applying, because I know a lot of young guys who kind of take advantage of this tech segment of the added list. So you should, if you know your skill, you should know the knock number, because if you put the wrong knock number, it will take you to different platform entirely, and it will be different from what you need. Because if you enter the right skill and the right knock number, it will take you to your right platform, and so that those that will analyze it we kind of see what they are to analyze. But if you miss the knock number with the skill, it may be difficult and you will be wasting unnecessary time there. So guys, these are those that are in the STEM category. If your skill falls around this one I've mentioned, you can go over the video again, check. If your skill falls around this one, what you have to do quickly, you go there, you create a profile, then you upload your these days, you follow the step-by-step application process. Then I said it in my previous videos, if you've started and you are stuck, you can reach me. Not that when you've not started. If you've started, you are stuck, then you can reach me. Then if you reach me, the one thing I will require is your username and password in the Express Entry profile. So if you don't have it, if you send me a message, I wouldn't respond to you. Alright, so that is it. So, and I've also, I think yesterday night, we updated our book with this information. And for those of you that don't have access to it, you can click on the link on my bio so you have access to the book. And I wish you good luck as you strategize on your application process. Thank you, guys.